Hey everybody, Zyrone here at Harley-Davidson of Fort Wayne. We're in the service department. Every time that your motorcycle comes in, there's an extremely important part that I'm going to show you right here on our courtesy check, where we check your battery voltage and we check what it's charging at. Typically at idle, they're putting out about 14.2 to 13.8. 13.8 is a little bit on the weak side, but I want to talk to you about how important your charging system is and the components that go into that. We have a stator, which is located on the inside of your primary right here. And except for the Pan Ams, it's a little bit different looking engine case, but about the same location. So you have your stator, which generates alternating current electricity using magnetic field induction. Then you have your regulator rectifier. What this does is it changes that alternating current into direct current. That direct current is then regulated to supply to your battery. Keeping a battery healthy is extremely important, as your battery powers all of your lights. Everything on the bike draws power from the battery. And as it's being drawn from the battery, your alternator and your regulator rectifier are, or your stator alternator and your regulator rectifier are what are supplying the juice back into the battery simultaneously as that energy is being used. At higher RPMs, it generates more electricity. Therefore, the regulator rectifier is regulating more electricity. It is extremely important to keep your battery on a tender when your bike is not being ridden. It is extremely important when you do take your motorcycle for a ride that you actually ride more than a few miles. Each time that you start your motorcycle, you are taking a significant amount of draw out of the battery, and it takes a little bit of ride time to charge that back up. So if you're doing short little trips right down the street to the gas station, right back to the house, you're using more electricity out of your battery than you are rejuvenating back into it. So if you can, go around the block a couple of times, or go 10 minutes down, and then on the way back, stop at the grocery, then get your groceries, go back to the house, ice cream, whatever you're doing. Longer trips are much healthier for your motorcycle. We check that every single bike that comes in. That's why we do our courtesy check, is so we can make sure that your charging system is healthy, your battery is getting the juice that it needs going back into it. Now, an easy way to check this, very, very easy way to check this. You don't have to have a fancy ohm reader like I do, but what we can do is you're going to change it into your volts direct current, and you're going to put positive and negative terminals directly to your battery, right? You should have a reading between 12.7 to 13.5, 13.6 is kind of high, but that's what you're shooting for. From there, turn your ignition on. Keep your terminals on your battery. You should not have more than 1 volt drop. So if you're at 12.7, you should not drop below 11.7. If you're at 13.2, you should not drop below 12.2. Start your motorcycle, and you should see anywhere from 13.8 volts DC to 14.4, 14.5 volts DC. You'll see more if your battery health is lower and it's trying to rejuvenate more of that energy back in. You'll see a little bit less if your battery is already at full health, because it's saying, hey, I'm already at peak, I don't need that much, and that's the regulator doing its job. Now, if you do see 15 volts or anything above, that means that your regulator rectifier is not regulating correctly and your regulator needs replaced. If you are only seeing battery voltage and it's not changing and it's consistently dropping, that typically means that your stator is faulty. Bring it into us, let us check it out, and we can do some easy diagnostics to make sure, verify, and get you back on the road real quick. Thank you, everybody, for your time and checking out kind of what goes into your charging system. And I hope this helps and saves you from being stranded. Have a good one.